This week's Nifty Gifties and F5 Live is proudly powered by the Microsoft Store. Whether you're looking for a new laptop, a tablet, desperately seeking an Xbox, new games, or a whole lot more, you can get them all at the Microsoft Store. And remember that current students, faculty, military, and parents can save up to 10% on almost everything. And to find out more about the deals that are going on and those discounts, you can go to f5live.tv/Microsoft. So I want to start with something weird, and then we're just going to move on past it. The weird thing is that there's a tweet out there from Palm, which I think we all remember Palm, the kind of original smartphone from long ago, and then WebOS and the HP debacle, and then the weird little mini phone that came out that's now seemingly discontinued because you can't get it even from them. They're teasing wireless headphones. I don't even know what to do about that because they don't go in your palm. It's so, like, even branding-wise, it's confused.
So here's a question. Who owns Palm now? It's not the original
TCL.
people, right?
TCL.
Right. So companies buy brands all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the product doesn't necessarily align with the brand name, but hey, they think they'll get attention. Guess what? They got your attention, so it worked.
It's true.
Right? TCL makes TVs, and I think they probably make some other electronics, right? So
yeah, I got a pair of earbuds around here somewhere from them. True wireless earbuds that are truly the worst wireless earbuds that I have ever put it on. I decided to abandon my product review. They're so bad.
So they have a brand that people know, but they realize that they can't really succeed in the phone business because their previous idea was pretty bad. I mean, it was cute, but it wasn't practical. That you have like a mini smartphone that has. It wasn't just that, like, okay, maybe some people just want a smaller phone than this, right? No. It's that they had to have, what was it? It was like underpowered or something, so it wouldn't distract you. It's your non-distraction smartphone.
And originally, it was like semi-tethered to an existing Verizon number. It was like a smartwatch in your hand. It was such a weird idea.
Well, it's like the.
I want one. Don't get me wrong. I want one for my collection, but
yeah, it's cute.
Only because it's weird.
It's cute, but it's not like, you and I like eccentric and cute stuff, but it doesn't, that's not a business model for them to sell things, right?
It was like, super niche.
It's like, remember when netbooks first came out and it was like, yes. Hey, wait a second, this isn't really good enough to be my laptop, and it's not good but
it's barely better than my phone.
It's like this little niche between my regular laptop and my desktop and my phone or whatever, and these in-betweener devices. I mean, tablets have managed to make it for a lot of people.
It was Intel and Microsoft trying to figure out how to compete in the tablet space without being ready to compete in the tablet space, is what it seemed like to me.
Right. So this is like your in-betweener phone, and I don't see it. I mean, smartwatches are only as successful as they are because people are using them for things like fitness, like fitness tracking.
Right. It was a wild concept. And then when they untethered it and they're like, oh yeah, you can use this as a whole phone now. And you're like, but can I? Because it's not really more powerful than my watch. So can I? No, you can't.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they could sell it as, they're probably, somewhere there's a market for phones for people who really don't want to have too much functionality, but I don't think that's the phone.
No,
right?
the Nokia brick phone's coming back. It looks just like the original, but it's some sort of an Android hybrid type thing with physical buttons and everything, but it's some sort of Android device. I saw a thing about it this week. That is the place to be. take Android, kind of strip out all the things, make it a candy bar phone, and just move on. But this tried to be both and didn't succeed at either. And the idea of them trying to put the headphone brand here, I'm hoping, honestly, I know there's a 0% chance of it happening, but my hope is that like the HP Pre 3 size and style phone with modern Android hardware and modern Android software, that they surprise us with that, and that the earbuds are some sort of a weird tease. but I know it's not going to happen.
Is more like this. I think this is more like the Sylvania netbook. Sylvania makes light bulbs, right? And at one time in the net
and $79 kitchen televisions.
Right, because they allow people to license the name. So there was some company that wanted to make its own netbook, and it paid to license the good name of Sylvania. Now, why you would think like this is a great brand equity for them, but I mean, haven't there been like things that were labeled Polaroid or whatever that were not cameras?
There are Android phones that are Polaroid branded.
Right. So there's a lot of things where companies, it's not that there's some big, it's not that there's some big Polaroid company that's assigned to make all these things. I think it's there are small companies that are like, hey, I want to come out with a smartphone. I can't invent a brand, or I don't want to spend money and time inventing a brand. So I'll pay a little bit and I'll license this brand that's not really relevant to what I'm doing, but people have heard of it.
But it's available.
You know, but people, and there, one could make, an argument there. Like, oh, well, if there's a Polaroid phone, that must mean it has a good camera, right?
In fairness,
probably
it did.
Not, but okay.
In fairness, it did.
All right then.
In the interest of full disclosure, the Polaroid phones are made by the same company that makes like Targus's products, and I think the same company that does Altec Lansing. So they're a pretty big, safe company to license to. But yeah, you see that kind of thing all the time, where you've got like a brand with, you're like, oh, why are they making security products? Okay, whatever. But you know the brand, and so you lean into it.
They got your attention, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it'll be interesting to see. We'll find out on October 26th. But the real thing we want to talk about is HTC. That was just so weird. I had to talk about it for a minute. Weird. Anyway, HTC announced their new VR headset, which is kind of a VR headset that's marketed very strangely, in my opinion, to like meditation and serenity stuff. And if you look at all of their marketing, that's what's behind it. And it's so weird. But it looks like it has some internal smarts. It looks like it has the ability to have stuff on it. It looks like there was even a music game. Now, a meditation style music game as opposed to like Guitar Hero. But who is their target demo here? Do you have any idea?
This is a really good question. I mean, I guess they're giving it a shot. But it sounds like I mean, I don't know, but it sounds like you're not going to have a great gaming experience on it, nor are they marketing it as such. And it's not, you can't see through it at all, right? There's no camera, right? So there's no AR functionality for it either. So that, I think the design is neat. I mean, it does sort of make you look like a fly, but it also makes you look a little bit like a superhero. Makes you look like a superhero that's trying to look like a bug, like a Blue Beetle or something like that. So that's kind of cool. One thing I heard about this that really sparked my interest in it is that supposedly they have a feature for people who need glasses, like myself, um, where you can adjust the focal length of each
Yes.
eye, and so you don't need to wear your glasses, and but you can get the effect of wearing your glasses.
Okay, so I had seen the variable focal length like from the inside. I saw the pictures of the adjusters, and I hadn't considered that that's what it would be for. Of course it is.
Right. So to me, that's like I wish all VR headsets had that. That's fantastic because
For
then
sure.
because that's my VR headset problem right there. I don't want to. I mean, look, you can put things over your glasses, but it's a pain.
Mm-hmm.
They smush your nice glasses, maybe starting to break them. It's uncomfortable having your glasses smushed against your face and having to look through this thing to get through that thing.
Right.
So, now I don't know how well it works. That's why I'm eager to try it,
Mm-hmm.
but I like the idea, and the design seems nice. But yes, if you can't do if you, I mean, all here's what's killing VR. I think is I mean I was talking about this with some folks at work. It's like, what are two things that we thought would be really what are a couple things we thought would be really big like 7 or 8 years ago that are now kind of falling off the radar, and that's AR and VR.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't mean that like their VR and AR, the future of the technologies is they're not going anywhere because
Sure.
they're very useful. But what we don't see is the uptake on the headsets has not been good. Uh, Obviously, the idea of people walking around with AR glasses has not been um, widely accepted, even though you do see attempts from time to time. Like doesn't Facebook having a new set that they're working on? I mean,
Yeah,
I
with
still
like with somebody weird like Ray-Ban or something. Like it's a weird relationship.
I still love the idea of having augmented reality glasses, but
Mm-hmm.
and we've seen, um, but I think there was a backlash against them with people with Google Glass, and we're still
Yeah.
trying to get over that. And um, so I don't know the but
If they
VR.
looked less doofy than than the Google Glass did, there might be some room for them. Like if they just looked like your glasses, right?
Well,
If we could
there
get to
was a
that point,
set. There was a company called, what were they called, North, I think, that made ones that looked very much like glasses. And
mm-hmm.
my coworker Sharon had actually tested them, and then Google bought them and shut it down. And I'm not really sure what Google is doing with that technology. But
Being
um,
Google,
anyway, but anyway, but on the bright side, the thing that's really holding back VR is the lack, I think, of killer games. People want VR is still waiting for its, I think, Pokemon Go moment,
yeah,
right? So where's the killer app, the game that people must play in VR? Once if someone would take a chance on it, and maybe they see these not great hardware sales and are not excited about doing it, but
yeah,
if someone would take a chance on it, I think that could make or break the situation. So like if you took a game that's, for example, very popular now, and you port and create a VR version of it, that probably would be the killer app, right? So if you
yeah.
took, I don't know, Fortnite, and you made a Fortnite VR, or
Sure, sure.
Minecraft, and you made a Minecraft VR, um, or whatever. Got Minecraft in the brain because of my son. Sorry,
Sure, sure.
but nevertheless, if you took those things and you made if you took a popular game and you brought it to VR, then maybe people buy the hardware. This seems like like an interesting form factor, an interesting design, but if they're sort of marketing it for, like, I don't know, meditation, that is a
Mm-hmm.
weird, or fitness. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not the fittest person, so maybe I don't get it. But I generally, if I'm exercising or something, I kind of want to see around me. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it seems like it would cost, like if I had to be doing some type of exercise, basically with my eyes not on, covered, that I would feel like I would get nauseous from that.
I agree.
But I don't know. Maybe it works for somebody. I mean, certainly there are lots of attempts to gamify exercise. So I guess if you could feel like you were in a VR world and you were, you know, doing something in that VR world rather than just running on a treadmill, you might it might be more interesting to you. But I don't know. I'm not. I got to see what the software is on this,
Yeah,
because I feel like the design looks like it's lightweight and fairly comfortable and friendly to people who don't wear glasses.
right.
So those are interesting. Those are interesting things to know.
Yeah, I want to put my hands on one of these things. Like you said, they look super lightweight, which is nice. All the processing is done off system from your phone, which is a little bit of a concern. Not all of the processing, but at least some of it is phone powered. Um, so I want to see this. It sounds like they've taken a similar approach to what we've heard about what Apple is up to with their, whether it be AR or VR glasses, because every time there's a report, it's the other one. But
Yeah.
it all sounds like it's going to be iPhone powered. So it sounds like they've taken a similar approach to that. It'll just be interesting to see what the end result of that is. So I imagine one of us will put our hands on one shortly after they come out.
I sure hope so. Our VR reviewer is in Canada, so he will probably get it, and I will probably not get to see it. But it is possible, because in a few
HTC could
weeks we'll
have it at
probably get.
CES this year.
That's true. It is also quite possible that we will be going back to the office soon, so some of our colleagues at like Tom's Guide or whatever may get theirs in the office too.
Sure.
Um, so we'll see.
Fair enough. Well, I look forward to putting my hands on one because definitely weird. Hello, YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of F5 Live Refreshing Technology. If you did, please subscribe to the channel down below, and of course, hit the notification bell because we know that subscriptions don't mean much on YouTube anymore. If you've got topics that you'd like us to talk about in the future, please comment them down below. And if you'd like to not follow us on YouTube, there's lots of ways that you can follow along with our content by going to plughitslive.com/subscribe. There you'll see all of our shows and all of the ways that you can watch, listen, and follow along.